Okay, that number 6 said 16 times 5 minus 4b is equal to negative 5 minus b. Okay, now inside my parentheses, I'm looking to see if I can do any type of multiplying or addition or subtraction with like terms. There's no like terms in there because we have a v versus a regular integer. So now I'm going to work on the outside of my parentheses, and I'm going to say, is there any exponents? Well, no. Is there any multiplication? Yes, because I know 16 times this, I can do distributive property and say 16 times 5, which is, let's see here, 80, and 16 times negative 4v would be, what was that, 62? No, 64. Let me just do it. 64, yeah. Negative 64, because my 4 is negative. So I got negative 64v. That is equal to a negative 5. Negative v, just writing that down again. Now, I can't do anything on either side of these now because I don't have common terms. So I can't do any addition or subtraction. So now I'm going to start getting v by itself. Well, I told you earlier that I like having v positive, so I'm going to go ahead and add 64v to both sides. Okay, that cancels this and leaves me with 63v minus 5, and that's positive now, plus 80. Well, I'm still trying to get v by itself, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And that's going to be 85 is equal to 63v. If I divide by 63, because 63 times v, to do the opposite would be 60. Divide by 63, 85 divided by 63. Trying to see if that will reduce. I can't think of that, how that would reduce. So I'm just going to say that is equal to v. Okay. Excuse me. Number 7 was negative 12. Oh, that's the only thing we have on that side of the equal sign. Okay. Once again, we're going to start inside the parentheses. There's nothing that we can combine or multiply because we don't have like terms. Can't add or subtract them, and there's nothing to multiply, so can't do that. But we can work on the outside now. I'm going to do distributive property. Okay, that's going to be 4x plus 8. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 4 is 8. I'm just going to go ahead and bring down my negative 12 here. Now, to distribute that negative sign, that's like saying negative 1, which just means do the opposite of everything that's inside the parentheses. So I'm going to negate this negative, or I'm going to distribute this negative to both of them. So that's a positive 7. Well, now it's going to be a negative 7. That's a minus 3x, so now that's going to be a positive 3x. Now I have like terms. Okay, negative 12 is equal to, let's go with 7x, 4 plus 3x. 4x plus 3x is 7x. 8 minus 7 is minus 1. No, it's not. It's plus 1. Sorry. Now we're done. We don't have anything else we can do on that side. Now we're going to start getting x by itself by subtracting 1 here. That's going to be negative 13 is equal to 7x. I'm going to divide by 7. That is equal to negative 13 over 7. And I know that's correct, or that's the simplest form because 13 and 7 are both prime numbers. Okay. 8 is negative 7r minus 3r is equal to negative 13 minus 7. Oh, minus 7 minus r. Okay. Don't have any multiplication or division. I'm sorry, I don't have any parentheses, don't have any exponents, I don't have any multiplication, I don't have any division, but I do have addition and subtraction. So here's common terms, here's common terms, okay? So negative 7r, negative 3r is negative 10r. Scroll down here. Negative 13 minus 7 is negative 20, but I still have my plus r. I'm sorry, my minus r. So now we're going to get r over here, and that's going to be a negative 9r equals a negative 20. So we're going to divide by negative 9, divide by negative 9. R is equal to positive 20 over 9 because we have both of these negatives here. Okay. Number 9. And if I'm going, sorry, I may be going a little bit too fast, but you can always slow it down. Oh, that's going to sound horrible because of how slow I speak anyway, but might have to slow it down or pause it. All right, so 16 plus 32q plus 4 is equal to negative 32q plus 40. Okay, I don't have any parentheses, don't have any exponents, but I do have common terms here. I have these common terms. Now, just starting on one side of the equation, I have 16 plus 4. I'm going to go ahead and do these common terms here. 16 plus 4 is 20. I'm just going to rewrite my question or my equation. Now I don't have any common terms. So now I got to start working on getting q by itself and getting the common terms together. So I'm going to go ahead and add 32q. Cancels over here and leaves me with 20 plus 64q equals 40. Now I got to get q by itself, so let's get this integer over here. Now, since that's 64 times q, we're going to divide by 64. And that will reduce 4 going to both of them. 16. So q is equal to 5/16. Now let's go with number 10. And we have negative 6x plus 14 equals 1 minus 8x. Now, hopefully you're pausing this and working it out. But let's try it again. Common terms, these are on the other side. So there's nothing we can do. We don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents. We can't multiply, can't add or subtract, can't divide, can't do any of that. So we're just going to start working on doing the opposite to get these together. Remember, I always like my positive variable or my letter. So I'm going to add 8x here. Just don't get confused and think these are division signs, okay? Okay, So now we have negative 6 plus 8 is a positive 2x plus 14 equals 1. Now I'm going to do the opposite of positive. Getting ahead of myself. Opposite of positive 14 is negative 14. So now we have 2x is equal to a negative 13 because this cancels. We're going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. X is equal to negative 13 over 2. All right, we're going to go to the next one. Do a couple of these and then. Okay, so this would be, we'll call this 1b. We have 3/4 x minus 7 is equal to 8. Okay. No parentheses, no exponents. Can't do any multiplication, can't do any division, and we don't have any common terms on the same side of the equation. So we're going to start doing the opposite. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to add 7 because all we're doing is trying to isolate that x, get it by itself, right? So I'll do that by canceling those. That gives me 15 is equal to 3/4 x. Now, there is a couple of different ways you can do this. And to keep it simple, this is the way I always do it. I want to get rid of this denominator. So 3/4 is 3 divided by 4. So that means if I multiply by 4, I cancel that out. And it leaves me with 3x is equal to 60. 15 times 4 is 60. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X is equal to 20. Now the other way is to, let me just undo all that. Is you have to remember, since that is 3/4 times x, we're going to have to divide by the fraction. So that's divided by 3/4. Divided by 3/4. Okay. And let's rewrite that like, let's rewrite that as division here. And I'll show you why in just a second. Because we can't divide by fractions. Or we don't, at least. We keep change flip, okay? So we know this is going to cancel out, right? And it does because when we would keep this one, change this to multiply, and this would be 4/3. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Well, that's just 1x, right? So same thing over here. We're going to write this as a fraction as 15/1. We're going to keep it. We're going to change this to multiply, and then we're going to flip this to 4/3. And then that would be 60. 15 times 4 is 60 divided by 3, which is what we said a while ago, was 20. X equals 20. Same thing, that's a little bit longer. I like just getting rid of the denominator and then by multiplying by it and then just dividing by the numerator, which is exactly what we did right here. Divided by the numerator after we had multiplied by the denominator. All right, let's do 2b. Sorry. Okay, so we have, once again, no parentheses, no exponents, no multiplication, no division, no addition and subtraction that we can do. Okay, so think of it, this is, we're done, so we're going to start doing the opposite. We do the opposite by getting c by itself. So we're going to look at this side, okay? If I want to get C by itself, well, I'm going to go ahead and subtract by 12. That's going to get rid of this positive 12, right? So that's going to be negative 18 is equal to C over negative 4. Now, to get C by itself, we're going to do the opposite. Well, that's C divided by negative 4, so I want to multiply by negative 4. And 18 times 4, what was that, 36, 72? That's going to be a positive 72 is equal to C because we have both a negative and a negative. You multiply those two together. Negative times negative is a positive, so therefore C is equal to 72.